Yo, what is going on today, guys? I'm back for another video. And also, if you hear any like banging in the background, really there's some people working on the roof that I didn't know about today. But I'm looking at all the cards in the Genetic Apex, obviously Pikachu, Charizard, and Mewtwo pack currently in the game. And I'm looking through each of the types, grass, fire, electric, etc. And basically choosing what I think is the worst card in each of these types. Yeah, so starting with the grass type, looking at all these, my pick, unfortunately, for the worst grass type. Also, I'm not counting pre-evolutions as any of the worst. I'm taking in the like everything. Like if they can evolve, I'm looking at the final evolution instead of just looking at the main one. So some cards that might be bad. Like Skittle, for example, he's like not the best, but then Go-Go, I mean, it's 3 energy for 70 damage, but at least has like 120 HP. But my pick for the worst grass type is unfortunately Whimsicott. So the thing about Whimsicott is it's a second evolution, 80 HP, only does 40 damage, 1 energy. We already have Farfetch'd in the game, which is 60 HP and 40 damage. I mean, the 20 HP really does not matter that much, dude. So, Whimsicott unfortunately just falls into a category where there's no reason to even play it, just because there's something that already does the same thing. Uh, that's just a basic Pokemon that doesn't need to be evolved. So that's why I chose Whimsicott for the worst grass type in the game. Then going back, looking at all these fire types, you could like make an argument for like Salazzle. Like low key Magmar is actually not that good because like Magmar only does 10 more damage than Farfetch for 2 energy, but you can use Blaine. Cinder Scorch is just like a worse Charizard, but and Heatmor only does 30 damage, but at least it like is a fire type. So if you go against a grass type, it one shots like almost all the basic grass type Pokemon at 50 HP. My pick is Moltres, the regular version. 3 energy for a chance of missing a coin flip and not doing 130 damage. I just don't think there's a reason to play it. Arcanine EX exists, so 3 energy for 120 damage. And yeah, I just play Arcanine EX. Don't play this Moltres. Don't potentially lose a game because of a coin flip. Where you, like, I just don't see a reason to ever play this in a fire deck. So that is my choice, honestly. Like I just yeah, like that's literally my reason. Like you have Ninetales for 2 energy, 90 damage, which is 120 with Blaine. You have Arcanine EX. You just have a bunch of other stuff like Charizard 4 energy for 200 guaranteed damage or 150, even if you play the regular one. I just don't see a single reason to ever play this Moltres. So that's why I picked it for the worst fire type currently in the game. And then looking at all the water types, water types are in a weird position because they do have access to Misty, and there's some ones that are not that good. Like nobody really plays them. Like Dugong, nobody plays Dugong. Gyarados is a very niche pick. Some people play him. I mean, his effect's actually not that bad. It's just you need to get like a good Misty to be able to play him. Swanna, no one really plays just because. I mean, 70 energy for like 3 when you just play Starmie EX, it's like why play that? Or you like even play for your Vaporeon, which is 60 damage, but at least you heal yourself back. Uh, Frostmouth and Brexus actually has like certain like things going for them. But my pick for the worst water type is Seadra because Kingler does not currently exist in the game. Seadra is 3 energy, only 70 HP for a stage 2, and it only does 50 damage, but it can't attack any like buddy in the like it can attack like the inactive spot too, the back row, which is a cool thing about it. But I just like the HP is just so low on it. It basically gets one shot. By the time you get this thing set up, if you don't land a Misty on it, it's just gonna get one shot by every single thing. So that's why I put it in the worst water type. Until Kingler, because Kingler might make this thing good, but currently there's just I don't see a single reason to ever run Seadra. And then moving on to electric types, which is actually also hard because most of them are actually good. They all have like certain spaces. Like Venturin has the paralysis. Electros also does the paralysis or paralyzes the opponent, but he does 80 damage instead. But he's a stage 3. But my pick is Electabuzz. Electabuzz does not do anything for the electric types. The only time I would ever use Electabuzz if I made a new account trying to make a Pikachu EX deck, and he's like literally the only other electric type I had when I need to have like a certain threshold of electric types, just so Pikachu EX is like a high chance of always having the 90 damage on it. Um, 2 energy, which one you can just put on Pikachu EX, and then he has a chance to do 80 damage. Pikachu EX does 90 damage. Obviously, you have to set him up though. But then he also does 20 damage to himself, which most of the time he's gonna have 50 HP. He's gonna get one shot by almost anything in the game. Farfetch with a Giovanni. I just think he's a waste of space. I just don't see the reason to use him at all. So now I'm moving on to psychic types. Psychic types are another like type in this game that really doesn't have like a super very bad card. Like a lot of stuff like there's not a play. Like Mr. Mime isn't played that much. I actually tried Mr. Mime myself. It wasn't the worst thing. It's just not, like I'd rather just play Jinx at that point, just because Jinx's ability is just better. Swoobat's not that played. Golurk is very niche. I mean, but like theoretically, like, it's not that bad if you actually get them set up, bruh. Especially not being an EX Pokemon. It does take a while to set up. But like there's cards that are like good that takes a while to set up, like Venusaur EX, like Blastoise, like Charizard, stuff like that. So he's not the worst. Um, Gengar, I have the beef of Gengar, but like Gengar is just, I don't think Gengar is bad. I think Gengar just doesn't have like a good psychic type to pair with it, like currently. But unfortunately I'm gonna have to give my worst psychic type to Slowbro. 3 energy for only 80 damage. 130 HP is pretty good, but he has the unfortunate thing of being a 3 retreat cost. And even like Slowbro itself is, or Slowpoke itself is actually bad because it's 2 energy for 30 damage. Slowpoke was only 1 damage, or like 1 energy for 30 damage, and then Slowbro was 3. Like it'd still be bad, but it wouldn't be as bad. You basically just never doing attack of Slowpoke until you get Slowbro out. And the 80 damage is just not enough to like justify having 3 energy on it. Like the HP is nice, but we just have to wait and see what happens when Slowking comes out. Hopefully Slowking is actually a good version of Slowpoke evolution, because I just don't see a reason to ever run Slowbro, bro, like over these other Pokemon. Like, why would you use Slowbro when you could use Swoobat, which is like 60 damage for 2 energy? Like, yeah, it's not, yeah, you're doing 20 less, but still, like, it's only 1 evolution, and it actually has like the 1 retreat cost. If you ever do need to retreat, you can actually retreat it. Where like you're probably never gonna be able to retreat Slowbro at that point. Like, and if you do, you're never gonna be able to set energy up on him again. So unfortunately, like I said, Slowbro is my pick for the worst psychic type currently in the game. So moving on to ground types. Ground types actually like don't have like that many bad cards. Like they have some weird ones that are not played, like Graplock's not that played. I mean, Hitmonchan's not really played that much just because Farfetch, like I feel like people would rather play Farfetch, but like technically like Hitmonchan's actually really good into the Pikachu matchup. Like if there's like ever like tournaments that do like a side deck type of thing, Hitmonchan would be cool. I mean, Onyx is not that bad. Like my thing is though, my pick is Rhydon because 4 energy for 400 damage, 120 HP, and 4 retreat costs too. That's just like another thing you got to think about. You're never retreating Rhydon, bro, and setting him back up if you ever have to retreat. No reason to play Rhydon when Midchamp EX exists, even a regular Midchamp. Like it's a 3 evolution line, but it's the same amount of energy, same damage, but more HP. Even Golem, bro. Like you're just play Golem at that point, bro. If you're gonna be playing Rhydon, and even like Marowak EX, like does way more damage for 2 energy. And there's just not a world where like I would ever see anyone playing Rhydon currently in the game. So that's my pick for the worst ground type. So Dark type is another type that like actually doesn't have like technically a bad card. Golbat, I mean, is 1 energy and like it's 70 HP. Is not the best, but like Crobat's on the game yet, and actually Golbat has seen some use, bro. In I think it's like the Primate Golbat deck, bro. Like the Primate like beats the Pikachu, and then Golbat helps beat the Mewtwo. Obviously, like Weezing, like Muck. Muck is like kind of situational, bro, but Muck's really not that bad. My pick, honestly, is Nidoqueen, just because Nidoqueen is really hard to set up. 80 damage for a 3 evolution is not that good. Like the extra 50 damage if you have the Nidokings in the back is actually pretty huge. But then you have to play you have to play 2 3 evolution lines. So you're gonna be taking up 12 Pokemon spaces if you're playing 2 sets of Nidoqueens and then 2 sets of Nidokings. I just feel like the deck is like very packed for Pokemon. Like you can't really put too much because you're gonna be playing 12 Pokemon. You're gonna be playing the 2 Professor Research, the 2 Pokeballs. That's already 16 cards. So you only have like 4 tech cards to really put in. Like, and you have to choose between X Speeds, Sabrina's, Giovanni's, and Potions. So I think Nidoqueen is just in a spot where like it's not technically like a super bad card. It's just like out of all the dark types, like I would probably rather just run a Nidoking deck by itself without Nidoqueen, just because the 90 damage with the poison is actually pretty good on Nidoking. Where Nidoqueen is very just like niche and it's just too hard to set up consistently. So yeah, it's my pick for the worst dark type. Iron and Dragon type is Mawile is technically the worst one. It just does the least amount of damage. It's not bad at all though. Like this dude, you can't really count it because there's not that many iron types or steel types, whatever you want to call it. And then Dragonite is obviously the worst dragon type because it's the only dragon type, so that's just very easy to pick. It's also the best dragon type, to get it out of the way. But my pick for the worst normal type is very easy. I don't even have to like go through all these. Raticate is literally just a Whimsicott copy. A stage 2 Pokemon for 80 HP and 40 damage. Why would you ever play Raticate when Farfetch literally exists? And if Farfetch is even a normal type, right? So if you want to play a normal type deck, just play Farfetch. There's no reason to play Raticate unless you're just a very big fan of Raticate for some reason. And yeah, that's my pick for the normal type. Very fast, very easy. It's very simple. Like I said, literally the exact same reason as Whimsicott. And as you just saw there, I'm gonna also just do the trainer cards for fun. And Brock is obviously the worst trainer card just because Onyx and Golem are technically like the worst Pokemon out of all the ones these cards support. Obviously all these other ones are very competitive. Brock remains to be competitive. We gotta really wait till Steelix comes out to see what Brock can really do. Anyway, so yeah, that is the video. These are all the Pokemon that I think are the worst in each of the types currently in the Genetic Apex and the Pokemon TCG Pocket. And yeah, when we get more cards, I'll do another one of these. Like I'll do like a Johto version when we get the Johto pack in a month. Maybe for the mini set, I'll do another one of these. Peace out and have a good day.